Here we are on Aorta. Another one of those big matches full of lots of people. An entire 8 people in this match. Truly incredible. But they are stacked. Stacked to the brim. Captain Chaos, Mungo Parker, Dramus, Killer Banana, Team 1, ANS, all in voice comms. Team 2, Warclops, Mechanaut, Oh No, I'm a Bean, and Forlorn Soul. Also all in voice comms together. Very excited. We also got Beef in voice comms with, I don't know, whoever's running the show.
Hello.
There he is. And we're here on Aorta, as previously stated.
You love this map, don't you?
I do. This is my favorite map. And it's like, it's not even a contest. Because it's everything. This is one of the few maps I think you can bring any even remotely viable build on and perform well. Because it's got these really tight spaces underneath the map. It's got this open area. It is really open. And it's got these little warrens over here on the Delta Bravo side. And then there's all these little portholes. It requires a lot of strategic awareness, positional awareness. Keeping an eye on potential attack vectors from your opponent. I think it's got the most depth, strategic depth out of any map out there.
Pretty cool map.
I like it a little bit, yeah. That is correct. Killer Banana with the Double Destroyer and Double Dukes. Double VLS2 teams. Travis over here with one Axford and one Voxel. Mark one's in the backpack. Got Sarissa rebounds. Sarissa on the Voxel. That's interesting. Don't see that very often. And more Sarissas on the Axford. Aha! 450 on top, beam on the bottom. Okay. Captain Chaos with the beam battleship. And the Sarissa offset. And Mungo Parker with, oh, he's got a build similar to what I was doing. Oh, but he's got the VLS ones on the nose. Rebounds on the side. 250s underslung instead of 120s. And then VLS 1, presumably for chaff, maybe for offensive missiles? Yeah, definitely for offensive missiles as well as spears and interceptors and bombs. Very nice, very nice. I can't wait to see what he does with this cat fleet.
Yeah, sweet.
On Soul, 250s on the port, containers on the starboard. Some decoy containers, in fact. 450s on the port of this, and some more decoys presumably on the starboard. Yeah, already firing one off. Bellbird, and 2 Bellbirds and a Bloodhound. How do you have the electricity for this on a tug?
Maybe though.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true. Might have overtuned this a little bit. Cool, very cool. Like to see it. It's hard to do, but if you can squeeze out those few extra points by going over your electrical limits, it can be very effective. Hanging out with the triple 100mm monitors. A couple of scouts for caps. Bloodhound EWR. Oh no, I'm a bean with the his rocket fleet. Next spring, which is nice. We got opposing cat fleets. Cat fleets out of both teams. Really like to see that. Rockets and jammers. Clops with a 450 solo. With Aurora's bullseye floodlight. Parallax. Bellbird and a pinpoint on a shuttle. That's another thing. Like, I don't know how you just for this one, dog.
Yeah, a little interesting.
And a tug with a 250 on the nose and a pair of roll-offs on the side.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Presumably same thing here? Yeah, 3 of those.
The enemy
That
secured
could
zone
be very
common.
menacing.
The enemy
Oh,
secured zone eclipse.
We're spoiling for the fight. Oh my goodness. Mungo moving his, not spreading his frigates over the map, but just All
The
these
enemy is
Corvettes right on
securing
top of
zone
each other,
Boxer.
going under the map. I would very much like to see them come up and devour something at some point. I mean, I'm sure they will. It's just going to take a while for them to get over to the other side of the map. Looks like he's flanking Whiplash. ANS just completely giving up control of the middle. That's weird flank stuff. They got some stuff on Delta. Yeah, well, it's really all Delta. Yeah, their whole fleet is over on Delta side.
Yeah, really,
The,
it's just Delta
The
side
enemy
sides.
secured zone Dagger.
Corvette's coming up from underneath. This is going to be a very interesting game.
Get some scout missiles going out.
The enemy secured zone Boxer.
Yeah, I think these are going to catch one of these tunnels. Oh, AMMs. Ooh, a little too late.
Only one hit, not bad.
Yeah, this is why I really don't like AMMs on OSP side. You have them set up to be extremely long range. They're just that good against hybrids after they've staged. It's so hard to catch hybrids before they stage. Especially with how prevalent ARAD missiles have been lately. Stage from 4 or 5 out. OSP just driving right up the middle parade style. And they're going to be able to do it too. And nothing challenging these. I really hope the ANS springs a trap and springs it well. Wait until the OSP team pushes up a little too far and then just wax them. Don't see that very often.
Not an OSP trap, or I mean ANS trap, no.
See, it was so unnatural, you called it OSP anyways.
I did.
I really like seeing ANS traps, because when they work, oh boy do they work. It's usually with beams. And beams have a tendency to blow things up. Shells going over the top of the map. I think these arrows are being sent out over at Bravo, but they're not going to see anything. Corvettes made it about halfway through the bottom. Oh, speaking of things going underneath the map.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Mechanaut and Bean making use of the tunnels. Very nice. She's being fired off. Arrowheads coming in here as well. Little exchange of fire.
Rockets going out, AMM's coming in.
Rockets.
No rockets, sorry. Those are actually missiles.
Yeah, these is twos. Confusing me, laddie. Good damage. That was a lot of missiles, though.
It was
And
quite
that
a
wasn't
bit.
that much damage considering the sheer volume of missiles. It's pretty small warheads. Still, though, very effective.
The enemy secured zone Atlas.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing doing on those arrowheads.
That's a lot of airheads going up.
250 and the 450 is really going to start adding up on this. Whole lot of those 2Hs coming in. Meanwhile, there's this pack of shuttles that might be sneaking up here. Yeah, the ANS might have tried to spring a trap, but because of the Aorta and there's so many avenues to every direction, they might just get surrounded. Good PD here. Soft kill, very effective. Just had a build idea. It's not, well, it's, I guess it's not a recent idea. It's just something I think I can finally bring out. Is an EO missile build. I've had it for a really long time. Put it on the missile destroyers. Ooh, decoy luring. Bunch of those H2s. It's painful. So much fire coming out. But after the conversation we had in lobby, it was like, yeah, no one really brings dazzlers. Like, yeah, I know no one's really brought dazzlers, but now it's even less. As time, the longer we play, the fewer dazzlers people bring. I think there's gonna be like a golden period here in like a week, maybe 2 weeks, where just no one's bringing dazzlers and you can get away with bringing missiles. Huge gamble though.
Oh, it's 4x rig. Gutted.
Yeah, he's getting pounded pretty hard with the S2s and with the gunfire.
These sprinters do anything yet? Let's see here.
No, they're just getting up here. There's nothing back here for them to kill. No backliners. And if they get seen by these monitors, it would be a huge problem. Monitors will tear the sprinters apart. Pure 100 build. Oh dear. I think the ANS is in big trouble, man.
Yeah, they kind of backed themselves into a corner.
Yeah. OSP not eating the bait enough. Oh, these decoys. Maybe eating another batch of H2s, it looks like. Or where are these getting fired? I don't know.
No idea. I'm watching them too. They're going after the monitors?
Oh shit, yeah, maybe. The monitors seen? The monitors aren't seen, but he might have a rough idea that they're there. Or maybe he's just looping them up under the thing here.
Just looping them up around behind.
Yeah, that's some incredible range on those. That's the missile play I like to see! I don't think it's gonna cut it.
Oh,
These, oh, if you get through, yeah. Right in the middle line too. See, this is why I kill a banana joined, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's immediately champion rank because he does crazy missile plays like that. And it usually works out for him. Borax for getting shot at. Boar. Oh no, they're shooting at the voxel behind him.
Yeah, they're trying to hit the voxel.
Which is healthy.
Oh, that's so much 450 fire. Oh no.
A lot of it's 250 actually. Yeah, 63s.
Oh, you're right, it is 250.
Piranha is coming in from the top, but they're just gonna whoosh.
Oh, they make contact with one of the missile DDs.
Yep.
That hurts.
Real bad. So I think Killer Banana's the only person who's been doing any damage so far.
Oh, the other DD. Oh no.
Oh yes. Immediately starts firing missiles. He knows that he's got to get that out of here. He's got to get the ordnance down the field. He's gonna lose it. Oh mine, this pack of Corvettes. Still not really sure what to do. One of the shuttles goes down. The one will be coming soon, but it just... They have done their job. They have disrupted this tactical clump. Dealt damage to the long-range fire support.
Yeah, that really hurts.
That's the core pre. The mulch will be far behind. There's the rutile. OSP up about 60 points.
Damn, these sprinters just really just going everywhere, but where they need to go.
Yeah. I think it's because he's a little spooked by the death ball on the middle. Problem is, these are operating as a group. You really don't want that. They give up a lot of what they bring to the table, which is their ability to be mobile and to be in a bunch of different places at once. You'd have broke these off into groups and sent 2 or 3 to Charlie, 2 or 3 to Bravo, and have 2 or 3 in just weird places around the map. I think we'd be having a very different game right now because the OSP would be scrambling to get those points back. So just keeping them all together like this, no. Can't be doing that. At that point, you're just better off with like 2 boxes. Two voxels with a pair of whiplashes, or even like a whiplash and a normal drive. I think voxels will get faster than sprinters since they can fit 2 drives. Oh right, but you'd only get benefit from the percent increase, so you need 2 whiplashes there.
Yeah. Some missiles going out. Just not really doing enough.
Nope.
Axford is dead. Boxel's very hurt. BB is doing okay, but I mean,
Can't get engaged. It's too far away.
you already got roasted too. There goes some armor.
Oh, yes he did. Yes he did. Good catch.
Well, what are you doing, Ness?
I think you say GG and go on to the next game.
Yeah.
The enemy
Honestly,
is
if I
securing
was
zone
on this
Eclipse.
team and this was happening, especially if I was this missile player, I just go, oh, fuck this. I'm out of here. This game is over. We're stuck. I'm dipping.
The enemy is securing zone Boxer.
Unless they can force the OSP team to make a lot of stupid decisions.
Which they are getting closer. Which the BB wants. I think the BB was spotted though. Or it will be.
It's locked.
Locked.
I'd consider that spotted.
Is actually locked. Locked by what though?
Fury of Fortune. Or Clops's Parallax Solo. Or no.
The
Yeah,
enemy
it
secured
was.
zone Eclipse.
Heavy mulch is up here. Yeah, it's the only thing that can see it or lock it.
Yeah.
See all these. Oh, yeah, and as soon as it dipped behind, it lost the lock.
Only locked onto the voxel behind it.
The
Not a
enemy
bad
secured
target.
Zone Boxer.
He's gonna see this container decoy and beam crap out of it.
Yeah. It's gonna scare the hell out of them. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
He's like, ah, Clipper.
The line ship.
No rockets for you. Lion ship clipper. Yeah. Alan, does he
Even
have
spookier.
intel?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not. Anyone would have had it, it probably would have been an expert from Dramus. Yeah, Intel Center. I know my players. But that
What
expert's
expert?
dead. The dead one? So the answer is no, they don't have any intel. These missile destroyers certainly aren't going to have it, and almost 100% certain that this isn't going to have it either. No, it doesn't. Oh, I think he... Oh, we got one beam turning towards it. Yeah, I think he figured it out that it's a decoy, and it's just gonna ignore
Rockets?
it.
Those are not. Those are real. Kill them. Oh, sprinters found something though. Cool.
Yes, they did. They are BFing the snot out of them. Battleship taking some 250 fire. Or is it the 450? No, that's the 450 fire. That's gonna be real rough on those roasted armor. I think after this I'm gonna dip up and ask about the strategic positioning specifically.
Would be a bad one to ask about.
Yeah. Get that on video. Get some explanations for the people. See what the plan was. AMM's going after rockets. That is not something you see very often.
No.
I think getting lured by chaff. It looks like some of them are being... Okay, those are offensive actually. They're being fired at these guys. Yeah, the rebound's not quite enough to deal with this. Not with this weird positioning he's got going on. The interceptors, though, very effective at cutting these shuttles to pieces.
Oh yeah.
Offensive S1s, my dude. More damage coming to the battleship. Battleship's gonna have to retreat 'cause it's too far away. You can't just YOLO in there. Yeah, they're stuck. They're so stuck and screwed up on Delta, and these corvettes are gonna give their lives on a valiant charge here. Try and disrupt this formation, but it doesn't look like the rest of the team's gonna be able to capitalize on that.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I was right. This was not one of the high-performance games I've come to expect from these players. And I think it was just that decision at the start to go and sit on Delta that really screwed them. Well, a couple H2s doing some damage. Gonna deal enough damage to the PD net that the S1s can get in here as well.
These sprinters are taking some more ships out with them. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. problem. That's where the shuttles actually. Yeah, down to 3 sprinters. Big problem. Using them as a blunt instrument instead of a surgical tool. Oh, there's another ship. Bonk. Not much to say at this stage.
No, not too much.
I think this is going to be one of the Office of Strategic Studies "Don't let this happen to you" videos. Don't do this. Because you... I need to know why they made this decision. Yeah, that's definitely going to be at the end. But
I would
my...
ask.
What?
Yeah, I would ask. I would be like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. Why the fuck did you do that? I know you're a lot smarter than that. My only guess, there goes another ship, is that the idea was to come up here with the beam battleship, use the Axford to kind of sneak and poke and fire, and try to lure the OSP ships close into this kind of area up here between Alpha, Bravo, and Delta, and then have the beam battleship push out and just delete things at close range with lasers. But
The enemy is
the
securing
main
Zone
problem
Dagger.
is that you don't have the pressure to do that. There's no reason. The OSP doesn't need to leave. They have the point advantage. You got to do
20
something,
minutes
ANS.
remaining.
The way that you make that work, possibly, is by using the Corvettes to cap and recap Charlie and Bravo. And you keep playing around those points, and you force the OSP to maybe go to the ANS side of the map, because their backline keeps getting capped and harassed by these Corvettes that are zooming around everywhere. I think that actually would have been a really great play. The problem is that these Corvettes didn't do that. They were just in a ball of their own, kind of in the back line and harassing and shooting things, but you know, that's not enough of a threat to push the OSP team into the ANS or to split them up enough so that this ball on Delta can leave, can break up and say, okay, well, that didn't work. We couldn't bait him into us, so we have to go elsewhere. Just a lot of questionable decisions out of blue team. I hope they watch this video after that.
Me too. Me too.
See what the omniscient eye has to say about things. And they even lost Delta at this point. All I've got is Bravo, and I have a feeling, yeah, that's not going to last very long. All that's left is a full health beam battleship. Hasn't really seen any combat. Yeah, I think in a ship like this, you'd rather play around the bottom of the map like that, play under Alpha. It's real risky if something else goes under there because they might outrange you, but these Warrens down here are just such a hell for anything that isn't a beam. These battleships and destroyers are king in this part of the map. And rocket shuttles.
Yeah. Rocket shuttle's good.
I think this thing's gonna come out here, kill one of these bulkers, and then get immediately turned on by the entire team and destroyed. Because this thing's going down. And it's also got some of its armor roasted off. Or even worse, he might even just kill one of these monitors instead of one of the bulkers. Should be real pain. He's locking something up with that bullseye.
Tug.
Oh
Tug dead.
no.
Move on. Next.
Instant death.
Come on, kill one of those bulkers, man.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Kill
The 451.
Yeah, but the 450 one's further away.
Oh, they're so far away.
Yeah, they're way too far away for turret beams.
Oh, there you go.
That is just doing nothing.
No, it did do a little bit.
It punched out one of the guns. There we go. There we go. I think he structure broke him. Yeah, definitely structure broken.
Dead. Next.
Oh man, now imagine if this had happened, 20 minutes ago.
It would have been a different game.
It would have been a completely different game. We would have been laughing at the OSP for being balled up on Alpha. Would have been praising the ANS for their genius decision to all just camp Delta. Oh man, that 450 coming in though.
All right in the reactor. No, that's not good. He lost his drives.
That's a big problem, especially if the reactor also gets shot out. Because that means no electricity. And,
Well, the thing with the line ships, though, they don't have turrets. So they can't really get on target if they don't have drives.
Ooh, that is a very good point.
So it looks like he's able to get a couple rounds off.
Yeah, but those casemates can't really cant upwards or downwards very much. They just struck left and right.
You get rid of these monitors, though. He's got to focus the monitors right quick. Kill him.
It's 100 mil, but yeah, 100 mil is dealing damage.
Lost another 450 SLO by him.
Yeah, that rear beam really needs to. Oh, 1,000 points. Yeah, that's the problem there. Oh my. Alright, so instead of going through the AR like we do traditionally, I'm gonna drop into Team 1's chat and ask Captain Chaos what the deal is with that, or just anybody. Hey, Team 1, before we go back up into the violence waiting room, what was the... Why did you all go to Delta?
We had a beam battleship.
PD net.
Yeah.
We were aiming for PD net, but we weren't quite close enough,
Yeah, I got greedy.
I guess.
Yeah. We messed up. Bad game. But,
It
you know,
was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
I'm equipping my destroyers with anti-jam missiles.
And then I guess Mungo wanted to flank around and get
I
like a
wanted to.
hypothesized container ship liner.
Or like I was thinking like container ships, EWRs, something just sitting at the back,
Just can't get
And-
into the back line, yeah.
and then I was just, I guess, yeah, just charged when we died.
So, Mungo, after you saw
Yeah.
that there was no container ship, why didn't you split up your corvettes and go after caps?
Because I believe that the natural cap for OSP down low, I believe that there was something there that would kill any scout that was on its own.
There were rocket shuttles down there.
Yep. But, I mean, you could have, like, busted them up half and half and split them, or...
I guess, I just,
Yeah.
I feel like the Corvette blob, personally, that there's like a threshold where if it gets too small, it just doesn't do any damage at all. So there's no point.
Well, the
Well, I
point
think-
It needs
of...
to stick
Height!
together.
Shush. Talking to Mungo right now. The
Alright.
point of the corvettes is not to be a block, especially the way you had yours set up with one gun and then some S1s. But the real power of that build is to cap. You can definitely do damage, especially with those S1s. I mean, you were seeing it. They're really good against the rocket shuttles. Really good against the
Yeah.
rocket shuttles. And that's the perfect thing to use them against as a sort of capping and anti-capping tool. You cap with the corvettes, you split them up, and then when the shuttle comes in to take back a point, you just blow it to Kingdom Come with the S1.
Yeah,
So something to think about future games.
yeah, definitely. But to be honest, I didn't put much thought into this one.
To be anti-sprinter, anti-reins, like that's their whole purpose, and you drove them right into me.
Okay, that was the video. We've all. I need to build an interview channel and drag people into it and like be like, don't fucking come in here. I'm gonna ban your ass. So that way I can do things like that. That's partially Beef's idea, is the doing interviews at the end. The interview channel idea is mine. Thanks to Beef for having the idea to talk to people. By the way, I'm muted in Discord. I'm deafened, so he can't say you're welcome. But yeah, man's been a huge help just on the casting in general. Fantastic teammate, comrade, ally. So apologies rather, if that was a little chaotic there at the end. I'm gonna need to do, I think doing interviews at the end of these would be actually a huge deal, especially when you have like, what the fuck was the decision making here? That was such an odd thing to do. PDNet. We want to stick together for PDNet. That is a thought, but the problem is they didn't know if Op4 had any missiles. They didn't know. They just balled up and stuck behind D. So the PDNet game works when you're deathballing, when you're out on the map, when you're pushing as a team, as a group, and then you have a pack of corvettes off on the side of the map, capping points, being sneaky, playing the cap game. But you can't hide in a corner. That's gonna just lose you the game straight out. Because anytime you push out from that, you're gonna get counterfired, and you're gonna get counterfired a whole lot harder than the damage you're able to output. And we saw that there. You gotta be aggressive, forceful, and sometimes you gotta take risks too. Even unless you're playing against someone who you know is absolutely going to bring missiles, like me, or Killer Banana, or who else? There are a few other players. Miscellaneous, pretty much always brings missiles. Then like, don't do that. And if you do that, understand that there's a whole new strategic layer that comes with that, and you're gonna need to have someone you can rely on and that you trust in the position of the player on the field, the Corvette player. Okay, those are my thoughts on that. I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been informational. Assuming you've stayed this long, of course. I haven't said, oh god, he's waxing again. I'm out of here. That's the game. And those are my thoughts on that. This has been the Very Loud Witcher soundtrack. And I hope you enjoyed. If you want to know where I'm doing that out of, it's a Discord. I got a Discord link down in the description. That's where we meet up. That's where we chat. That's where we all talk over each other. It's very fun. It's kind of chaotic, but I don't know. I really enjoy it. And I think pretty much everybody there does as well. Otherwise they would leave. And if you're interested in participating in that sort of thing, come on down. Happy to have anyone and everyone. You are welcome in my place, dear viewer. I'll see you there. Maybe I won't. But I'll probably see you in the battle space. Good night.